Hello everyone, Scooty 007 here bringing you another exciting game in the 2008 replay with Inside Pitch. In today's game we have the 3-3 Florida Marlins taking on the 1-6 Washington Nationals. And here is the starting lineup for the Florida Marlins. Leading off the right fielder, the shortstop, Hanley Ramirez. Batting second, the second baseman, Dan Uggla. Batting third, the first baseman, Mike Jacobs. Batting fourth in the cleanup position, Josh Willingham, the left fielder. Batting fifth, the right fielder, Luis Gonzalez. Batting sixth, the third baseman, Jorge Cantu. Batting seventh, the catcher, Matt Tenner. Batting eighth, the center fielder, Alfredo Asmanga. And batting ninth, the pitcher, Andrew Miller. On the mound for the Nationals, it is Tim Redding. Comes into the game with a 9.57 ERA. One loss, pitched 4 2/3 innings, allowed 7 hits, 3 strikeouts, and 3 walks. We're here at Nationals Park, which gives a -2 to strikes and a +2 to walks. Nothing to home runs. And with that, Hanley steps up into the batter's box, and we are ready to start this game. He bats a .391. Here's the pitch. 1-4 at the ballpark. We're going to go to National Park for this play. 6-2, and that's going to be a ground ball to second base. Bellard gets that, flips it over to Johnson for out number 1. Here's Dan Uggla. He's batting a .238. Here's the pitch. To Dan, 1-2. That's going to be a strikeout. That's an 11. That's a 7. Struck him out. Next up, Mike Jacobs. Jacobs batting a .238. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be 4-2. That's going to be a home run. That's a 20. That's an 11. And that ball is going back to the wall. And that ball is out of here. Kiss that one goodbye. Solo home run for Mike Jacobs. Homers it into right field. Puts the Marlins on top. 1-0, and that's going to bring up Josh Willingham. Josh batting a .273. Here's the pitch. 3-3. That's going to be a strike. That's an 8. The 20 is too high. 5-2, and that's going to be a single past the shortstop. So that's a single pass Guzman as it just bounces past him. He can't make the catch. And with that, Willingham is on with a base hit. So that's going to bring up Luis Gonzalez. Gonzalez is batting an .071 for the day, for the season so far. Here's the pitch. Strategy roll is a 3. 2-3. That's going to be a blank. 1-3. Ground ball back to the pitcher. Flips it. Throws it over to first for out number 3. So 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left on for the Marlins. We go to the bottom of the first, and here is the starting lineup for the Washington Nationals. Leading off the shortstop, Christian Guzman. Batting second, the center fielder, Lastings Millage. Batting third, the third baseman, Ryan Zimmerman. Batting fourth in the cleanup position, the first baseman, Nick Johnson. Batting fifth, the right fielder, Alston Kearns. Batting sixth, the catcher, Paul Loduca. Batting seventh, the second baseman, Ronnie Bellard. Batting eighth, the left fielder, Felipe Lopez. And batting ninth, the pitcher, Tim Redding. On the mound for the Marlins, it is Andrew Miller, comes into the game with a 1.34 ERA. Has one win, 6 2/3 innings. He allowed 5 hits, 9 strikeouts, and 2 walks. And Guzman steps up, takes a few practice swings, and he's batting a .438. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be 3-2. That's going to be a range play. And that is going to be 5-4. Ground ball to third. Contu's range is a 1. That's a 2. And that is going to be a base hit as Guzman leads off with a single. And it just got by him. We have a hit and run attempt. Infield at double play depth as Lastings Millage comes in. Now, with a hit and run, it's a -2 to all double play to GDP, so ground double plays. All base running ratings get a +2. All home run and walk rates for the batter are cut in half. Rounded down. All lineouts are double plays, except on an error, and if the batter strikes out, it resolves as a normal strikeout. 4-4. That's a blank. 2-2. Double star 3. Ground ball to short. And that is going to advance Guzman on the hit and run. And the out is at first. It's a row of a 6. And that is out number 1. Nationals have a runner in scoring position, and that's going to be Ryan Zimmerman up. Zimmerman batting a .300. Strategy roll 14. They're going to hold off. Here's the pitch. 6-1. That's going to be a strikeout. That's a 13. The 20 is too high. 2-5. Line drive back to Miller. No double play there. Miller gets it. Throws over to first for out number 2. Nationals have a runner still on second, and that's going to bring up the cleanup man, Nick Johnson. Johnson batting a .261. Here's the pitch. Strategy roll 19. The Nationals holding off. 3-1. That's going to be a hit by pitch. That's a 19. Andrew gives a -1. That's a 13. And Johnson gets hit on the wrist by the pitch. And he'll go take first. So runners on first and second due to a hit by pitch. And that's going to bring up Alston Kearns, the right fielder. He's batting a .148. Here's the pitch. 5-6. That's a blank. 3-4. Ground ball back to Miller. And that retires the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. After 1, it's Florida 1, Washington nothing. We go to the top of the second. It's Jorge Cantu, Matt Trinor, and Alfonso due up for the Marlins. Jorge comes into the game batting a .138. Here's the pitch. 1-6. That's a possible error on a ground ball. And that's going to be 3-4. That's going to be a double star 1. That's going to be a fly ball out there to Lopez. And Lopez makes the out. So 1 away, and that's going to bring up Matt Trinor. Batting an 067. Here's the pitch. 3-3. That's going to be a strikeout. That's a 9. The 18 is too high. 2-6, and that's going to be a single out there in the center field. Millage can't get to it, and Matt gets on with a base hit. Strategy roll 9. Marlins holding off on Strat. Infield at double play depth as Alfredo comes up. He's batting a 250. Here's the pitch. 3-6-3. That's going to be a strike. That's a 5. The 17 is too high. 4-4, and that's going to be a single to Kearns. Now, let's see. Does Matt advance? A ball hit out there to S9. That's going to be a +2 to the base run rating. So that gives him a 3. That's a 3. He gets waved around to third. And with that, the Marlins now have runners on the corners as that brings up the pitcher, Andrew Miller. All right, 1 out. Infield at normal depth. Here's the pitch to Andrew. And that is going to be a 4-3. That's a blank. 1-2, and that's going to be a fly ball out there to Kearns. And that is a failed sacrifice roll on that. We do have a 1, so we do check everything else here. Lead runner advances. So yep. So we check that. The lead runner will advance. And the trailing runner will stay behind. No, wait. If roll is less than, the runner advances. So with that, Alfredo will advance to second on that out there to Kearns. And that is going to bring up Hanley Ramirez. We go to the top of the order. He's 0 for 1 on the day. Strategy rolls a 3. Here's the pitch. 1-3 range play at Nationals Park. We're going to go to the ballpark card for this one. 4-3. That's a double out there to Kearns. Kearns' range is a 4. Is on a 1-4. That's a 6. That's a double. And that is... So that puts the Marlins up 3-0 with a runner on second, and that's going to bring up Dan Uggla. All right, Dan is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Strategy roll 7. Here's the pitch. 4-2 home run. That's a 20. That's a 5. And that's a two-run home run for Dan Uggla as he belts one out of here. That ball is high. That ball is deep. And that ball is out of here. 2-run home run for Dan Uggla. And that ball went into the upper decks. That's a second deck bomber out there for Dan. And that puts the Marlins up 5-0 here in the second. And Mike Jacobs comes up next to pitch. Jacobs 1-for-1 on the day with a home run himself, a run and an RBI. Bases are empty, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. 1-6, possible error on a ground ball. And that is going to be 5-5, and that's going to be a fly ball out there to center field to Millage for out number 3. 4 runs, 4 hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the second. It's Paul LaDuca, Ronnie Bellard, and Felipe Lopez due up for the Nationals. Here's the pitch to Paul. Paul is batting an 0.56. 4-5, that's going to be a blank. 4-2, ground ball to first. Out number 1. Ronnie Bellard up. Bellard is batting a 4.35. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be 6-3. That's a blank. 5-3. That's a fly ball out there to center field. As Matt Alfredo goes underneath that. Calls off everyone. And it goes plop. 2 up, 2 down. That's going to bring up Felipe Lopez. Lopez batting a 2.67. Here's the pitch. 5-1. That's going to be a walk plot. That's going to be a blank. 6-6. Double star 1. Ground ball to second. Out number 2. And that is out number 2. And here comes Josh Willing. That is no runs, no hits, no errors. After 2, it's Florida 5, Nationals nothing. We go to the top of the third. It's Josh Willingham, Luis Gonzalez, and Jorge Cantu due up for the Marlins. Here's the pitch to Josh. Josh he's 1-for-1 on the day. And that is going to be 2-6. That's a home run. That's a 12. That's a 5. And Willingham hits a solo bomb out of here. Kiss that one good night. Tremendous home run indeed for Josh Willingham, and that puts the Marlins up 6-0. So Tim Redding has reached his pull rating. They are going to leave him in. Luis Gonzalez, 0-for-1. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be 6-3. That's going to be a strike. That's a 4. That's a 4. Struck him out. 1 out, and that's going to bring up Jorge Cantu. Cantu is 0-for-1. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be 6-4. That's going to be a possible error. 5-4. That's going to be a single out there into center field. No error there for Millage. That is going to be Millage's error rating is on a 1-3. That's a 17. No error there. And Jorge is on with a base hit. All right, strategy roll is a 5, and that's going to bring up Matt. Matt is 1-for-1 on the day with a run scored. Strategy roll is a 5. Here's the pitch. Infield at double play depth. 5-2. That's going to be a blank. 1-2, and that's going to be a single out there to pass Kearns on that. So we have a 1 on our runner advancement. We do roll for that. And we do check the 2. That is a 2. So either way, we start off with Jorge advancing to third. So we got to check to see if Matt Tenner will advance. He has a 1. That's a 2. And the roll is high, so Matt gets the hold sign. Cantu will advance to third. And the Marlins, just like that, now have again runners on the corners. So infield going to come in to double play depth as Alfredo comes up. Here's the pitch. He's 1 for 1 on the day. And that is going to be 5-4. That's going to be a range play. And that is going to be 5-5. That is a fly ball out there to Millage. That's a line drive to Millage. Millage's range is on a 1-2. That's a 2. No sacrifice fly there. And with a 5, Cantu gets the stop sign. They hold him at third as they do not want to challenge the arm of Millage. So that is going to bring up the pitcher, Andrew Miller, 1 for 1 on the day. He's 0 for 1 on the day, but does have an RBI. Here's the pitch. Strategy rolls a 16. The pitch to Miller. 5-3. That is a strikeout. That's a 24. That's a 17, and they walk him. They struck him out. So 1 run, 3 hits, no errors, and 2 left on. We go to the bottom of the third. It's Tim Redding, Christian Guzman, and Lasting Millage due up for the Nationals. Tim Redding 0 for 0 on the day. Here's the pitch. 3-5. That's a strike. That's a 13. The 18 is too high. 2-6, double star 3, ground ball to Ramirez. Gets it, throws it over to Jacobs for out number 1. We go to the top of the order. Here's Christian Guzman, 1 for 1 on the day. Here's the pitch. 4-2, that's going to be a blank. 5-3, and that's going to be a pop-up to Ramirez. Out number 2, and that's 2 up, 2 down as Lasting's Millage comes up. Millage is 0 for 1 on the day. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be 4-6. That's going to be at the ballpark. We're going to go to National Park on this one. 1-4. And that is going to be a single out there to center field. So Millage will keep the inning alive. As Ryan Zimmerman comes up, he's 0 for 1. Strategy roll is a 17. Infield at normal depth. Here's the pitch. 1-4 range play at National Park. 1-6 fly ball to Gonzalez. Gonzalez's range is on a 1-2. That's a 5. And that is going to be a single. And that is going to advance Millage to third on that. So, we do check that. Millage will advance. He has a 6. Runners advance, no throw on that. He has a 6. So, on a 6 or higher, the runners will advance. There is no throw from Gonzalez on that. But we got to check right. And that is if it is greater or equal to the roll. So the lead runner is thrown out. But if the trying runner's BR, he has a 2, is greater or equal to the roll, He will advance on the throw. He does not. He has a 2. The roll is a 3. And with that, we have runners on the corners. And that's going to bring up the cleanup man, Nick Johnson. He's 0 for 0 on the day. Here's the pitch. 5-1. That's going to be a walk, and that's going to be a walk plus. Now, in a walk plus, we add 10 plus the ballpark factor of 12. So we're adding 12. That's a 33, and they load the bases. So Andrew Miller loads the bases as Austin Kearns comes in. He's 0 for 1 on the day. We do have a pickoff attempt on a 1-2. Andrew will pick off. That's a 14. Nothing happens. 6-5 at the ballpark. We're going to go to National Park. 4-1. And that is a ground ball to second. And that retires the side. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. And as the Nationals leave them loaded. After 3, it's Florida 6, Washington nothing. We go to the top of the 4th. It's Hanley Ramirez, Dan Uggla, and Mike Jacobs due up for the Marlins. Here's the pitch to Hanley. Hanley is 1 for 2 on the day with a double, a run, and an RBI. Here's the pitch. 2-6 home run. That's a 20. That's an 8. And Hanley Ramirez belts one out of here, National Park. That ball is going back to the wall, and they just became spectators. See ya, that ball's bags were packed, and they sent him out of here. Home run for Hanley Ramirez. And all they can do is just watch. It is 7-0 Florida. Dan Uggla comes up. So Dan Uggla is 1 for 2 with a home run, a strikeout, a run, and 2 RBIs. Here's the pitch. Tim Redding can face 5 more bounders before he's considered tired. We go to the ballpark. 6-2 ground ball to second for out number 1. Mike Jacobs up. Jacobs is 1 for 2 with a home run himself, a run, and an RBI. Here's the pitch. 6-4, possible error. 1-1, fly ball out to Kearns. Kearns' error rating is on a 1 to 5. That's a 19. No error there. And 2 away. Josh Willingham up. Willingham is 2 for 2 with a home run himself, a run, and an RBI. Here's the pitch. 4-4. That's going to be a walk. That's a 16. That's a 2, and they walk him. So they walk Josh, and that's going to bring up Luis Gonzalez. Gonzalez is 0 for 2 on the day. Here's the pitch. 6-6. That's a walk. That's a 13. The 19 is too high. 2-6, ground ball to short. And that retires the side as they just tag him out at second. It's 1 run, 1 hit, no errors. Go to the bottom of the 4th. It's Paul LaDuca, Ronnie Bellard, and Felipe Lopez due up for the Nationals. Here's the pitch to Paul. Paul is 0 for 1 on the day. 6-3, blank. 3-6, ground ball to short. And that is out number 1. Ronnie Bellard up. Bellard is 0 for 1. Here's the pitch. 4-4. That's going to be a strike. No, that's going to be a blank. That is going to be a blank. 1-2 ground ball to third and out number 2. Felipe Lopez up. Lopez is 0 for 1 on the day. Here's the pitch. 1-3, strikeout 8. That's a 7. Struck him out. So the Marlins retire the Nationals in order. It's 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 4, it's Florida 7, Washington nothing. We go to the top of the 5th. It's Jorge Cantu, Matt Trenor, and Alfredo due up for the Marlins. Tim Redding can face one more batter before he's considered tired. They are going to leave him in. All right, here's the pitch to Jorge Cantu. Cantu is 1 for 2 on the day. 3-2, that's going to be a blank. And that is going to be 4-4. Fly ball out there to Lopez. Out number 1. Matt Trenor up. Trenor is 2 for 2 with a run scored in the game. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be 6-3. That's going to be a strike. That's a 9. The 16 is too high. 3-1. Fly ball out there to Lopez. Out number 2. And here's Alfredo. Alfredo is 1 for 2 on the day with a run scored. The pitch. 5-6. That's going to be a strike. That's a 5. The 8 is too high. 3-6. Ground ball to Redding. Takes it. Throws it over to Jacobs for out number 3. It's a 3 up, 3 down inning as the Nationals fillet the Marlins on a 1-2-3 inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 5th. It's Tim Redding, Christian Guzman, and Lasting Millage due up for the Nationals. And Andrew Miller can face 6 more batters. Here's the pitch to Tim Redding. Redding, 5-4, possible error. Redding is 0 for 1 on the day, 2-4, ground ball to Miller. Miller has no error rating, that's a 5, no error there, out number 1. All right, we flip up to the top of the order. It's Christian Guzman, he's 1 for 2 on the day. Here's the pitch. And that is 6-5 at the ballpark. We're going to go to National Park. 2-1, and that is a single pass Willingham. As the Nationals lead up, get a base runner on. All right, strategy rolls are turned off. There was no strategy from this point on in the game because the score plus the number of innings is greater than 10. Strategy has been turned off. There is no strategy on that. Lasting Millage up. He's 1 for 2. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be a 4-1. That's going to be a strike. That's an 8. The 12 is too high. 3-2, ground ball to third. And that is going to be a fielder's choice. Guzman is forced out at second. And Millage will come on. So it's 2 outs and a runner on first on a fielder's choice. And here's Ryan Zimmerman up. Zimmerman is 1 for 2. Here is the pitch. 1-2, home run chance on a 1-10. That's a 4. That's a 6. And Zimmerman squares up, takes a swing. That ball is going back to the wall, and that ball is gone. Out of here. 2-run home run for the Nationals from Ryan Zimmerman. And that is a homer into left field, and all Willingham can do is become a spectator. That ball is gone. And the Nationals cut the lead down to 5 with that 2-run home run from Ryan Zimmerman. Gets them on the board. All right, Nick Johnson up. Johnson is walked his last time up. Here's the pitch. 2-1, question mark. Single on a 1-11. That's a 10. Oh, wait. That's a 10. That's a single. That's a base hit. That is a base hit for Nick Johnson, and Johnson leads off, gets on with a single. See, even I make mistakes in this game. Austin Kearns is up. He's 0 for 2. Here's the pitch. Runner on first. And that's going to be 2-6. That's going to be a possible error. And that's going to be 2-1. And that's going to be a pop up to first. And that is out number. And that is out number 3. That retires the side. It's 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors for the Nationals. After 5, it's Florida 7, Nationals 2. We go to the top of the 6th. It's Andrew Miller, Hanley Ramirez, and Dan Uggla due up for the Nationals. And that's going to do it for Tim Redding. Redding is done. So we have a left, right, right coming up. And they're going to bring in Garrett Mock. Chris. Yep. No. They're going to bring in Garrett Mock to pitch. So Garrett Mock will take the mound in this inning. He's going to relieve Tim Redding. He's only pitched 1 inning, allowed 1 hit, no strikeouts, and no walks, no wins, no losses. Let's take a look at the stats here for Tim Redding as the Nationals pulled him. He went 5 innings. He allowed 10 hits, 7 runs, 7 earned runs, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts, 4 home runs, ERA of 11.13. So here's the pitch. They are going to let Andrew Miller take the hit. Are they? No, they are not. They are not going to let Andrew Miller take the hit. Miller is going to get is going to be replaced. They're going to bring in John Baker. Baker will pinch hit. Here's the pitch. 6-2. That's going to be a walk. That's a 25. That's a 20. And they walk John Baker. All right, we go to the top of the order. Strategy is still turned off. Hanley Ramirez, infield at double play depth. He's 2 for 3. Here's the pitch. 1-2, possible error. And that is going to be 5-6. That's going to be a fly ball out to Lopez. No error there. Lopez error rating is a 0. That's a 5. And 1 away. Infield still at double play dip. Here's Dan Uggla. Uggla is 1 for 3 with a home run, a strikeout, a run, and 2 ribbies on the day. 1-6. That's going to be a strike. That's an 11. That's a 6. Struck him out. All right, Mike Jacobs up. Jacobs is 1 for 3 with a home run, a run, and an RBI. Here's the pitch. 1-3, strikeout plus. That's a 19. We had 10 minus 2. We're adding 8. That's a 12. Struck him out. And that retires the side. It's a 3-up, 3-down inning. Sorry, no, it's no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's going to be a right switch for Florida. So they're going to bring in Ryan Tucker. Ryan Tucker went 2 innings, allowed 1 hit, 2 strikeouts, 1 walk. Taking a look here at the stats for Andrew Miller. Miller went 5 innings, allowed 6 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, 1 home run, 1 hit by pitch. ERA of a 2.30. It's no runs, no hits, no errors. 1 left on for the Marlins. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's Paul LaDuca, Ronnie Bellard, and Felipe Lopez due up for the Nationals. Here's the pitch to Paul. Paul is 0 for 2 on the day. That is going to be 5-6. That's going to be a walk plus. That's a 24. That's a 7. And he leads off with walking Paul LaDuca. So that's going to bring up Ronnie Bellard. Bellard is 0 for 2. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be 4-6. That's a blank. 6-5. And that's going to be a double to Willingham. That's a double. Paul gets the hold sign. The stop sign comes up. He holds at third. And the Nationals now have runners in scoring position. Felipe Lopez up. He's batting 0 for 2. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be 1-3. 1-3 is a walk. That's an 11. That's a 5. And he loads the bases. Garrett Maddock not going to take the hit. So they're going to bring in Aaron Boone to pinch hit. Boone batting a 250. Here's the pitch. 3-6 home run. That's a 7. The 11 is too high for the grand slam. 1-2. Power hit to Gonzalez. That's going to be a 7, and that's going to be a base hit. That's a single. So 1 run is scored. Paul LaDuca will come home to score. Ronnie Bellard gets the go-ahead to come home to score. 2 runs scored. And Lopez will go to third. 2 runs score, and it's now a 7-4 ball game. And with that, the strategy rolls are turned back on. And that, as we flip over, as the order flips over, Christian Guzman up. He's 2 for 3. Here's the pitch. 3-2 range play at National Park. The Nationals making that rally to come back. 5-5, ground ball to second. That is a 3. Ugla's Rangers in a 1-3. That's a 5. That got by him. And that's going to score Lopez as Boone goes to second. Guzman the first. And it's now a 2-run game. All right, lasting Millage is up. Infield going to double play depth. Here's the pitch. Strategy roll is a 4. Millage, 1 for 3 on the day with a run scored. Can the Nationals keep this rally going? 1-6. Home run chance on a 1-19. That's a 16. We need an 8 or less. And the 15 is too high. 6-3. Ground ball to short. That is going to advance Boone to third. That's going to be a double play. Guzman out at second. And they get the double play as Boone will go to third. Guzman out at second. Lasting's out at first. It is a 6-4-3. It is a 6-3 double play. 6-4-3 double play on that one. Ryan Zimmerman up. He's 2 for 3 with a home run. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be 5-4 range play. 4-6 line drive to Tucker. Back to the mound. And it got by him. Tucker's range is on a 1-5. That's a 6. And the Nationals have cut this lead down to 1 as Ryan Zimmerman comes up. And the Marlins are going to make a call to the bullpen. And that's going to do it for Ryan Tucker. Tucker getting pulled as they take the ball from him. We have a right, left, right coming up. And they're going to go with Doug. Actually, they're going to bring in Logan. First time we're seeing Logan. He has a 3-win. Has 3 wins, 1 loss, no saves, an ERA of a 4.23, 55 and 1/3 innings pitched, allowed 50 hits, 55 strikeouts, and 28 walks. Taking a look at the stats here for Ryan Tucker, he went 2/3 of an inning, allowed 4 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned runs, 2 walks, a 13.33 ERA. So he's going to face Zimmerman. And Ryan is still responsible for Ryan on the mound on first. If I can speak. All right, here's the pitch to Nick Johnson. He's 1 for 1. 1-4 wild pitch. That is a 5. And that's going to move Zimmerman over to second on that wild pitch. 6-4. Ground ball to short. And that retires the side. So the Nationals are going to the bullpen now. Let's check to see where they're at in the lineup. We can get someone with a little bit of length here. As we go to the top of the 7th. They're going to bring in Marco Estrada. He's pitched 2 innings so far in the replay. Had 1 hit, 1 strikeout, no walk, no ERA. All right. 4 runs, 4 hits, no errors after 6. It's Florida 7, Washington 6. We go to the top of the 7th. Here's the pitch to Josh. He's 2 for 2 with a home run. 2-2 strikeout. Nope. That's an 8. The 18 is too high. 1-2 ground ball to Zimmerman. Out number 1. Here's Luis Gonzalez. He's 0 for 3 on the day. The pitch. 5-1. That's going to be a walk. That's a 13. That's an 8. And they walk him. Strategy roll is a 9. Runner on first. And if you're going to double play depth, here's Jorge Cantu. The pitch. Cantu is 1 for 3 on the day. 3-2, strikeout 6. That's a 1. Struck him out. And that's going to bring up Matt Tenner. Tenner is 2 for 3 with a run scored. Here's the pitch, infield at normal depth. 1-6 home run. That's a 4. The 16 is too high. 5-6, and that's going to be a fly ball out to the center field. And Sing take me out to the ball game. So the Marlins leave 1 stranded. It's no runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Are they gonna leave? They're gonna leave Logan in. It's Austin Kearns, Paul LaDuca, and Ronnie Bellard up for the Nationals. Logan Kensing is going to stay in the game. Here's the pitch to Alston. Alston is 0 for 3. 6-3, that's going to be a walk plus. That's a 24. That's a 6, and they walk them. All right, we have a steal attempt here. And that is an 18, and he gets caught stealing. That's going to be a +1 from the stolen base rating here. All right. So that's how that is. Paul, it's the stolen base rating here plus the pitcher's arm. All right. And the runner's SB rating as well, which calculates the stolen base rate. Paul LaDuca up. Here's the pitch. He's 0 for 2. 1 out. 6-5. That's going to be a wild pitch. Foul ball. That's a foul tip. It tipped that off. 1-5. That's a walk. That's a 14. That's a 9. And they walk him. Next up, it's going to be Ronnie Bellard. Logan can face one more batter before he's considered tired. Infield at double play depth. Here's the pitch to Ronnie. And that is going to be 4-5. That's a hit by pitch. That's a 15. Logan gives a +9. That's a 9, and that's a hit by pitch. Umpire gives him a warning not to do it again and also warns both of the skippers in both sides of the dugout. Felipe Lopez up. He's 0 for 2. Here's the pitch. Logan now tired. Infield at normal depth. 3-3. Possible error. 5-1. Ground ball to Ramirez. Error rating is a 9. That's a 2. That's going to be an error. And he boots the ball. Can't get it in the glove. That's a one-base error. And that loads the bases. So the Nationals are going to bring in Ryan to pinch hit. Here's the pitch. He's a left-handed batter, batting a 500, 6'6". Home run. That's an 8. The 15 is too high for the grand slam. Once again, no grand salami in this game. 3-5, ground ball to second. Are they going to go for the double play? No. So the out is at first. LaDuca will score. Ronnie gets Rave to third. Lopez will go to second. The out is at first. And we have a tie ball game here. Taking a look at the stat here real quick for Logan. Christian Zimmerman up. He's 3 for 4. 2 outs. Runner in scoring position. The go-ahead run is at third. Here's the pitch. They are going to leave Logan in. 4-4. Possible error on a throw. 3-5. Fly ball to center field. And that retires the side as the Nationals tie this game up at 7. They leave 2 stranded. So the Nationals switch right. Okay. So they're going to bring in Joel. Joel has 2 innings pitched, allowed 3 hits, 1 strikeout, and 1 walk. No ERA. No wins, no losses for the season, and no saves so far. It was 1 run, no hits, 1 error. First error committed by the Marlins in the game today. After 7, we're all tied at 7. We go to the top of the 8th. It's Alfredo Esme. It's Alfredo, Logan, and Hanley due up for the for the Marlins. Here's the pitch to Alfredo. Alfredo is 1 for 3 on the day. 1-5, that's going to be a possible error. 2-1, fly ball to Millage. Error rating is a 3, that's a 20, no error there. So Logan Kensing is not going to take the hit here. They're going to bring in Jeremy. So first time we're seeing Jeremy. Here's the pitch. Both teams going deep into their pinch hitters. 3-5 range play. 4-3 single to Lopez. Lopez's range is a 1. That's a 1. Takes the hit away. And that's 2 outs. So we flip up to the top of the order. Here's Hanley Ramirez. Here's the pitch. 5-3 strike. That's a 1. That's a 5. That's a 1. Struck him out. And that retires the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's going to be last things Ryan and Nick do up. So they're going to bring in they're going to bring in Nielsen for this. Joe Nielsen, let's take a look at his stats. He has 3 wins, 1 loss, has 1 save, 2.0 ERA, 54 innings pitched, allowed 42 hits, 60 strikeouts, and 18 walks. Taking a look at the stats here, Logan went 1 1/3 inning, allowed 1 hit, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 1 hit by pitch, 1 wild pitch, a 6.92. Marco Estrada went 1 inning, allowed 1 hit, 1 strikeout, no ERA there. And the one thing we forgot to do at the midway point of the 7th inning was take a look at the scorecard. Here's where things stand. Florida just scoring possibly in every inning up to the 4th, and then they've been shut out, and then it flipped over to Washington as they scored 2 in the 5th, 4 in the 4th, 1 in the 7th. Trying to take the lead here. That's going to be Lasting's Millage up. Here's the pitch. He's 1 for 4. And that is going to be 3-5. That's going to be a wild pitch. It's a foul ball. 1-1. That's a walk. That's an 11. The 18 is too high. 6-1. Ground ball back to the pitcher. Out number 1. Ryan Zimmerman up. Zimmerman is 3 for 4 on the day. Here's the pitch. 1-3. That's going to be a walk plus. That's a 21. That's a 10. And they walk Ryan. So with that runner on first, and if you're coming into double play depth, here's the pitch to Nick Johnson. Johnson is 1 for 2 with a walk. Strategy roll 13. Here's the pitch. 6-3 blank. 4-1 ground ball to Ugla. And that is going to be on a fielder's choice. That's going to force Ryan out. Johnson will take over at first. 2 outs, runner on first. And here's Alston Kearns. Kearns, 0 for 3. Here's the pitch. Joe can face one more batter before he's tired. 5-6 straight. That's an 8 to 15 too high. 4-1 ground ball to short. And that retires the side. So no runs, no hits, no errors. After 8, we're still all tied at 7. We go to the top of the 9th. Who will win this? Will the Marlins take the lead, or will the Nationals win here at home? Remember, no lead is safe in inside pitch. And that's going to do it for Joe Harahan. They're going to bring in Saul. They're going to call Saul to the mound. Saul Rivera comes into the game with an ERA of a 9.0. He does have 1 loss, has 1 inning pitched, allowed 3 hits, 2 strikeouts, and 1 walk. So he's going to face Dan, Mike, and Josh here on the top of the 9th. Let's take a look real quick at the box score, even though we just did that in midway through the 8th. Florida has 7 runs on 10 hits with 1 error. Washington also 7 runs on 10 hits, but no error. Here's the pitch to Dan. Dan 1 for possible error. 2-5. That's a double. And that is an error. Kearns' error rating is on a 1 to 5. That's a 4. That's an error. And that is a Boots ball. That's a 2-base error. And with that, that's going to be an inside the park home run. And the Marlins take a 1-run lead here in the top of the 9th. Mike Jacobs up. Jacobs is 0 for 4 in the day. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be 6-3. That's going to be a strike. That's a 9. That's a 6. Struck him out. 1 out, and Josh Willingham comes up. He's 2 for 3 on the day. Here's the pitch. 4-2. That is going to be a walk plus. That's a 26. That's a 4. They walk. And they walk Josh. Infield coming in to double play depth as Luis Gonzalez comes up. Strategy rolls a 16. 1 out. Runner on first. Gonzalez is 0 for 3. Here's the pitch. 5-4. Strike. That's a 4. The 9 is too high. 6-5. Fly ball to Lopez. Out number 2. Here's Jorge Cantu. Cantu is 1 for 4 in the day. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be 2-5. That's a strike. That's a 6. The 13 is too high. 2-1. That's going to be a single past Lopez. And with that, we have runners now on first and second, as Josh will get the hold sign. So Saul is going to come out. They're going to pull Saul. And they're going to bring in Jesus Comey. Comey comes into the game with a 5.29 ERA. Has 1 2/3 innings pitched, allowed 2 hits, 2 walks. All they need is just 1 more out. Taking a look here at the stats for Saul. Saul went 2/3 of an inning, allowed 2 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, ERA of 10.58. All right, here's the pitch. They just need 1 out. 4-6, that's going to be a strike. That's a 9. The 12, too high. 2-2, single, past third. And it is 8-7 with that. So the bases are loaded. Here's Alfredo. The pitch. He's 1 for 4. 1-5 range play at the ballpark. 2-2 pop up to LaDuca. LaDuca's range is on a 1 to 3. That's a 3. And that retires the side. 1 run, 3 hits, 1 error. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Nationals down by a run. So first, with that, Joel Nielsen is going to get pulled. They're going to bring in Actually, they're going to bring in Kevin Gregg for the save. Over at third, Jorge Cantu is going to come out. And they're going to bring in Wes Helms to take over. Nope, we're good with that. So no switching of the order there. First base, they're going to leave everyone else as is. Let's take a look here at Kevin Gregg. He has 2 saves on the game, He has pitched 3 innings, 2 hits, 6 strikeouts, 1 walk, no ERA. All right, here's the pitch. Paul LaDuca's 0 for 2, 2-3. That's going to be a blank. 5-2, ground ball to Helms, and 1 away. Here's Ronnie Bellard. Bellard, 1 for 3. 6-5, strikeout plus. That's a 17. That's a 20. The 20 is too high. 6-2, fly ball to Alfredo. And that's 2 away. Here's Felipe Lopez. He's 0 for 3. Here's the pitch. 5-6, wild pitch. We're going to re-roll the dice. 3-6, strikeout. That's a 17. That's a strikeout plus. That's a 17. That's a 9. Struck him out. And the Marlins win the game with a final score of 8-7. Final line score coming right up. So Florida wins here at Washington 8-7. Florida 8 runs on 13 hits, 1 error. Washington 7 runs on 10 hits, 1 error. Joe Nielsen gets the win. Saul gets the loss, and Kevin Gregg picks up his third save of the season. Dan LaDuca hits his 2nd home run of the season. Haley Ramirez, that's going to be his 3rd home run of the season. Josh Willingham hits his 2nd home run of the season. Mike Jacobs hits his 1st home run of the season. Same with Ryan Zimmerman over on the Nationals. That is his 1st home run of the replay as well. Joe Nielsen, like I said, gets the win, gets credited for the win. He does have 1 walk, no ERA. Saul Rivera went 2/3 of an inning, allowed 2 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, an ERA of a 10.58. And Kevin Gregg, that's going to be his 3rd save. He went 1 inning, had 1 strikeout, no ERA there. Well, that's going to do it for us here at Nationals Park, as Florida will move up in the standings with a win of 4-3. With a record of 4-3, the Nationals still down there in the cellar of the National League East with 1-7. That's going to do it for us here at National Ballpark. Until next time, I'm Scooney 007. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up on your way through the turnstiles. And I'll see you next time for another exciting game in the 2008 replay with Inside Pitch. Until then, take care, everyone. Bye-bye.